Hello, everybody. This is Uncle Bruce coming to you, and today I'm again with Juvenile. How are you doing, Juvenile?
I'm fine, Bruce. How's everything, everybody? Nice to be here again.
Yes. Today we're going to talk about vegetarianism and veganism and the topics that are related with that. Food, basically, but special foods. So today I want to share my screen and show you the article that got us started. So I'm going to share my screen here just a sec. Share, and now we're here. Vegetarian genes. Scientists say DNA could influence your chosen diet. Interesting. I wonder why they say that.
Yes,
It's like, I don't have the right genes, so I'm not going to probably be a vegetarian or a vegan. That's what they're trying to say, I guess.
yes. I think it's a new vision for this matter because I think we always thought that to be a vegetarian or vegan, it's a matter about habit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there is the point. I think there is the point that some people, I think the majority of people actually don't are not able to turn on or to become a vegetarian or vegan because they don't have the gene.
Or they don't have
You
the
know?
ability to have a habit, a good habit. It takes a
Yeah,
long time to
could
build a good
be.
habit. It takes a long time, about 40 days, I think, of doing something repetitiously to have it become a habit for your life. So I know it's not easy for anything to become a new habit for us. So I don't know if it's based
Yeah,
on
yeah.
habits, but they're talking about genetics. With the title, they say it's something about in our genetics that you are more what is it, prone, or you are more disposed to be a vegetarian or vegan than other people based on genetics. So I don't know. They're saying that that's a possibility, and they're trying to delve into that area. They're trying to go into that area and talk about that. And so, what do you think? Do you have this genetic chemistry to be a vegan or a vegetarian? Juvenile.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I can say actually I am doing 75 challenge day, which consists on to avoid alcohol during 75 days.
But you love
So
wine. How can you do that?
I'm doing that. I'm doing that. You know,
You love wine. I know that.
avoiding alcohol, drinking a lot of water, at least 3 liters a day,
Grape
and
juice. Grape juice.
sorry.
Grape juice.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
wine.
yeah, yeah,
Almost wine.
yeah. Working out at least 40 minutes a day
Wow, that's
and
good.
reading 10 pages a day. So what what is the connection between this matter? I think for me was not so difficult. Of course, in the beginning was difficult, yeah, hard day in the beginning, mainly because I cook. So when you cook, it's automatically to have some wine to accompany
Uh-huh.
the meal. But it's, as you said, it's almost it's everything about habits. I don't
Yep.
know.
And I think some
Uh,
people, they can create better habits than others, easier
mhm.
than others. So I think it's a matter of creating habits. And of course, it's easy to have bad habits, to drink too much, eat too much, or do anything too much, to be addicted
Mhm.
to sex, all kinds of things. I know that people have this compulsion to have sex a lot. And so
Mhm.
everybody has a different vice in their life. Some people have good vices and some have bad vices. So it's good to build good habits, but it's not
Yeah.
easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if if from my point of view. If it was only about genes, what we can say about people that don't eat meat because of ethical reasons or religious
Yeah, I did a little
reasons?
bit of research on that and found some information about the animal protection groups. You know, they don't want to hurt animals. So with a vegetarian, they don't eat anything that is meat, okay? But they can eat meat products. They can eat eggs, milk, cheese, ice cream. It's my favorite food, okay? So,
Yeah.
you know, they can eat.
Me too.
Yeah, they can eat things that are products of animals, but not the animals themselves. Whereas a vegan eats nothing that's connected with an animal. So I guess it's going to one extreme of nothing connected to an animal, and maybe because of the idea that they don't want to hurt an animal in any way, you know, and they don't want the animal, they don't want to be dependent on the animal and have the animal be something that we keep on a farm for our purposes. They want the animals to just be free, you know, and not to have domestic animals, basically. I think a dog is okay because you're not using the animal for food sustenance. It's only for a pet. So I did look at some information here, and I want to share my screen and just talk about some things that I thought were interesting. Let me see. If I go here to vegetarian query here with Google, and so I said, let me just talk about vegetarians in the United States. So it's about 6% of the population, and possibly up to 10 or 15% is what this one here said. This is called The Hill. Okay, and then the U.S. is actually a better place for vegetarians than you think. So there are lots of places to buy organic fruits and vegetables and local produce, and take a trip down to the local farmers market. You know, not every place has a farmers market, but here in Brazil, we have farmers markets everywhere, you know, called the feira. So
Yeah.
very common, very common. And so
Exactly.
they say it's about 5% is vegetarian, but I think it might be higher than that. It just depends on who you ask. And then I want to, okay, what about Europe? They say that Switzerland is the top country with vegetarians in Switzerland. They are very veggie friendly. They have veggie friendly restaurants, they say. Okay. And so, let's see, it can be classified as vegetarian and vegans when you talk about the milk from animals. So the vegans won't eat or drink the products from the animals. So a vegan will not. They cannot consume the milk. And so vegetarians can. And I saw something that said something about vegetarians sometimes eat meat also. If you go to a churrasco in Brazil, come on, man, it's time to eat some meat. But you know, I did consider the fact that we can look at vegetarians eating vegetables at a churrasco. Of course, when you're cooking meat on the grill, some of the grease or the fats from the animals might get on your vegetables. So a little mixture sometimes. But if you have a part of the grill that's set aside for just vegetables, I think it's good. I love grilled vegetables. They're good, delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
And they put them on a skewer, this metal rod, okay, that goes through all the different foods. And I like a mixture of meat and vegetables. They call it kebab, shish kebab. And it's a lot of times marinated. But this is just vegetables on a skewer here. But that's a possibility too, just to have vegetables. Do you like grilled vegetables?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Actually, again, I think it's all about habit, maybe, because, for example, my son had a girlfriend who was vegetarian, vegan,
Vegan,
actually,
okay.
vegan, and now he has another girlfriend who is vegetarian.
Okay.
And as a cooker, and sometimes his girlfriend visit me, and I prepare some dish, some meal based only on vegetables. And for me, it's not a huge effort to consume only vegetables on lunch or dinner. For me, it's okay.
Yep.
So
I like the foods in vegan restaurants, vegetarian restaurants. I love the foods. They're delicious.
Yeah.
But it's different because my wife loves meat and protein that are from animals. So, I'm the one that cooks for both of us. And so I need to always consider that she wants meat. And so I need to make meat for her. If it was only to me, I could probably do vegan or vegetarian. But with her, nope. She needs her meat. And she loves eggs. So vegetarians can eat eggs. But they can't eat chicken.
Exactly. I remember once a funny history. Once I went to USA. I think New York. No, New York. No. I went to Turkey on work, and the retail business around the world was there in Istanbul for a meeting. And I remember a guy that was American from Texas. And at the dinner, when we are having some food, especially based on lentils, lentils and other vegetables like zucchini and other stuff. And this guy said to me, "Oh man, I am American. I need some cute beef or steak.
A big steak, yes.
Steak, I don't like this kind of food, and I love
You were laughing, huh?
Yes, a lot. It was very, very funny. Imagine a guy from Texas, very tall and strong, and oh man, I need a huge beef, a huge steak.
Yep. So I'm going to share my screen again real quick, and look at this article that I found. Let's see, go here and here. Okay. It says Brazil is shifting from meat and embracing plant-based foods. Of course, you have to understand this is from a group called Mercy for Animals, okay? And they're saying that there's about 14% of Brazilians are considering themselves vegan or vegetarians as of 2018. So it's because of this group here, Mercy for Animals, that they're talking about this and saying that this is true for Brazil by some statistical analysis through some polling that they did, asking people about their preferences. And they said about 15 or 14% of Brazilians are now vegetarian or vegans. So I looked a little bit more and found this article here. And it says here that Sao Paulo is where most of the people are located that call themselves vegans or vegetarians, or they support this effort of diet. And then Rio, of course, the biggest cities, but that's percentage based, well, not percentage. This is based on numbers of people, okay? Which then pushes the percentages of the people. But it's a lot of people that are opting for vegetable-based diets and not the diets of meat. So here, this is talking about about 8%. 8% of Brazilians. So everybody has a different statistic that they're referring to, but it's between 8 and 14% is what I saw in my research of looking at different websites and understanding more about the situation in Brazil. People opting for food or plant-based foods. So again, I think
very
they're good,
interesting.
but it's kind of strange to me when you think about ice cream, okay? And you have plant-based ice cream. It's like, I don't know how that works. It doesn't sound right. But I like acai. I love acai. And that's not connected to any cow with their milk. That's based on plants. So I mean, look at the fact that there are many possibilities, and they have new ingredients all the time. They keep testing and trying different foods that they're creating with plant-based, foods. So pretty interesting. Do you like acai?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not. I'm not a big fan, but I like it. I prefer juice with acai and banana. Yeah, it's cool.
Yes,
but I think it's very interesting the number that you said about 80% of Brazilian population. It's a lot of people. It's something like 18 million. Or
they're over 200 million
people.
There are over 200 million people. So if you take 200 or 2 times 8, that's 160 million. No, I'm sorry, 16 million. 16 million people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. And the plant-based product, plant-based meat, it's a new trend here, and despite of it's more expensive compared to the meat-based or based
animal
on
products,
the animal products. But something that is raising very fast.
Yes. So I have another article here real quick to share. Let's see here, go here. So this is saying that 30 million people, or 14% of Brazilians, are reporting that they are vegetarian or vegan in 2018. This is from the New York Times. Okay.
Yeah.
A
lot of people.
It's getting more and more. And, I like the vegan food, as I mentioned. I like the food that they are eating. But I don't know if I want to have that exclusively for my diet. I don't know. Maybe a vegetarian to cut down on the red meat. The red meat has more fat and more, what is it called? What is the fat that's not so good for us? It's the fat that's not good for our bodies so much as the other fats, because we need fats in our diet. But the fats that are not good for us, a lot of it's in the marbling or the fat of the meat, in the red meat is in particular, with pork and beef. Have you ever eaten? You probably haven't, but I've eaten venison, which is deer meat from the deer, and it's good. It's good, and it's very lean, not much fat, because the deer is always running. Its muscles are very strong. Actually, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he killed a bear.
They are athletes.
And I've never eaten bear, but he says it has its own flavor. It's not like beef. It's not like deer. It's its own flavor. And so I've never eaten it, but I think it probably is okay, because the Americans, they like to kill animals with the guns. They have lots of guns, okay? And they kill the animals, but it's for conservation. You have to buy a license, and that license helps to conserve the animals, because they have scientists and park rangers looking at the populations of the animals and understanding, is it okay to kill more deer or less deer this year? It's based on the populations.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many indicators that say, hey, we need to kill more deer this year because we have more accidents with cars. And like I said in the past, I don't see animals getting killed on the highways. In America, there are many animals killed on the highways because there are so many animals. And of course, we have infringed on their territory. We have infringed on their area. We are in their area. Why? Because we are expanding as a population of humans. And so when we do that, we infringe on their area and we cross their paths, they cross our paths, and they get killed by our cars and trucks and everything else. So the idea that we have licensing and you give the person a permission to kill an animal, it's okay. It's okay, in my opinion. But the animal rights people, no. Okay, well, what happens when the animals eat the food and there's no more food for them to eat? Then what do you do? Because that happens. That happens a lot with deer. They have diseases that they die from because there's not enough good food for them to eat, and they get sick and they die. And then the sickness transmits to the other animals in the herds, the other groups of animals. So, there's a reason to have conservation and to kill some animals. But when the people kill the animal, they eat the meat or they donate the meat to a homeless shelter where people need food. So it's not for just killing, no. Although some people do. Just kill and they leave the animal. That's terrible. But it's not common. It happens, but it's not common. And so the animals are killed and they're used for their meat. And of course, with domestic animals, we have milk from the cows, milk from the goats, okay? And eggs from the chickens. And so these products are used for food and it's good protein. But with vegetarians and vegans, there's a big limitation, And I respect them with their choice. I'm not saying they have to eat meat. Come on, that's ridiculous. They don't need to believe like I believe about everything in life. No, they can believe what they want about their food and eat what they want or not eat. In India, the cow is holy. So they don't eat beef. They do not eat beef. I think in India, the snake, the cobra is also holy. The monkey, the rat, they have these holy animals, and so you can't kill them. We talked last time about rats and bed bugs. Well, you can't kill the rats in India, man. That's what I understand. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
It can be crazy. The rats are like holy, and so this is the way it goes. Every culture is different. Every culture is different.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I understand the position of these people that avoid to eat animals, and I understand on the other hand as well the position of some ONGs like Greenpeace and other WWF and other organizations which stand by the protection and sustainability of animals in general, because actually, as I work for them in the past, the industry of food and I think in the name of productivity, there are a lot of how can I say practices and means that we as a human being are using in industry that it's very controversial.
Well, in Brazil, we have the churrasco, okay, the barbecue. And of course, in the United States, we have barbecue. Okay, we barbecue hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah,
it's very common for people like my family. That's common for us. But now that we have more money, we barbecue steaks. But we use sauces on our steaks and on our hamburgers and cheese on our hamburgers. And it's not common in Brazil to have these types of meats and to put sauce. They put salt, only salt. So it's a little bit different, but it's still meat. Have you ever had beef jerky? Have you ever had beef jerky?
Yeah.
Okay, beef jerky, a lot is made in Brazil, but the Brazilians don't eat it. Man, that is so good. It is so good. This right here is dried meat. And it was very common way back in the western days of the United States when the explorers would travel on horse to go to another part of the land to explore it, and they would take dried beef with them and eat it along the way. So they didn't have to kill another animal, every day of their life. They had dried beef that they could eat for maybe even a week. They would carry with them. But in the United States, this meat is very common in convenience stores and gas stations. Very common. Americans like to eat this as a snack. And there are different flavors. There are some with pepper, some with, let's see, what does this say here? So there's teriyaki. I love teriyaki. Sweet and hot, I've never had that. This might even be a brand from Brazil, Jack Links. Might even be a brand from Brazil. It says bovina. That's getting along with the ideas. Com carne, same percentage. Look, that's even got a label for Brazilians to buy it, but they don't buy it. They're not accustomed to it. So I was telling somebody yesterday, why doesn't I was at church last night and I said, why doesn't our church have vending machines to sell Coca-Cola, Guaraná, to sell some snacks? Because our church doesn't have any food, man. I'm so hungry sometimes when I go, man, that's a business opportunity, man. And beef jerky you could sell in the church too, anywhere, the gas stations. And, in the United States, we have pharmacies and they sell drugs, but they also sell everything. They sell food, milk, beef jerky. They sell diapers. They sell everything, man. So
our drugstore has became something like that. You can,
but it's
find
very limited compared to American
battery,
drugstores. It's very
food,
limited.
Yeah, you can find battery, food, soft drinks.
Yeah, it's changing.
Alcohol,
it's changing because the society, the people who control the businesses and what you can sell, what you can't sell, it's modifying. They're changing to accommodate this, because if I need something at 1 o'clock in the morning with a drug, I can go buy it, because there are some pharmacies near me that are open 24 hours a day, 24 hours. But if I need some beef jerky, because I want some beef jerky, I have to wait till tomorrow morning, man, at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to the store and buy it. In fact, I don't even know where to buy jerky in Brazil. I don't know where to buy it. Do you? Do you know where to buy jerky?
I see only on supermarket. Only that.
Okay. Sometimes in the supermarket you see it, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's not the kind of cup of tea for Brazilians.
Yep. Yeah, it's not what they enjoy to eat, so it's not something that's offered very much. Yeah. So very interesting to see the differences and things, but being a vegan or a vegetarian, it's becoming easier in Brazil. It's becoming easier to find the products that you need to support your diet. So that's good.
For sure. And for me, it's very interesting to see that the number that is raising of people that becoming vegetarian or vegan.
Yes, it is.
For me, it was a big surprise.
Yep. So listen, we need to stop for today. Appreciate you coming out and listening to us. We hope to be back again next week with another program. And thank you so much, Juvenal, for participating today. Appreciate it.
Okay, Bruce. Was a big pleasure as usual. So bye bye, guys, and we will see you next week.
Yes, Uncle Bruce and Juvenile saying goodbye. Take care, guys. Bye bye.